I don't know why, but last night I got to thinking about my papa. My papa is my maternal great-grandfather, and I only met my papa just a handful of times, but he left a deep impression on me. My papa moved his family out from Oklahoma, where he pumped oil, to California, where he picked oranges in the Great Depression. And even the first time I met him, it was sort of shadowed with the knowledge that we wouldn't have him around for a long time, so I knew that every visit was very special, and maybe as a kid that made me turn on my memory cells so that I remembered everything about him. He's also just an incredible, funny man, and I was just thinking about my kids, and I don't know if they'll get to meet their great-grandparents, so I kind of wonder about that. Anyways, I wanted to tell you a little bit about my papa, because he's special to me. I guess even when I was little and I knew that he was going to die and that he didn't have a long time, I think maybe that's why when he did die when I was 7, I have these pictures and I wore this pink dress to his funeral. It wasn't sad. Everybody loved him. They were sad because they loved him, but they were happy because he lived a long time. Okay, so this is what I remember about my papa. I remember that whenever my Nana would try and tell him something and he didn't want to do it, he would act like his hearing aid was off. And me, as a kid, this was terribly funny, especially since he would have been talking to me like just seconds before my Nana comes into the room. We would have been having this great conversation, and then my Nana comes in and she says, Oliver, can you go to the store and get me blah blah blah? And he just sits there like, and then she would say it again, and she would walk off and say, I guess he doesn't have his hearing aid on, and then he would look at me and he would go, shh. I remember one time we did go to the store, and when we went to the store, I found $5 on the floor, and to me, this was the most amount of money that I had ever physically touched in my life. It was so much money, and I could not believe that I found it on the floor, not attached to a person. And so I didn't know what to do with it, and my papa made me take it up to the register, and we gave it to the lady, and the lady said, well, when you complete your shopping, if no one's come to claim it, you can have it. And I remember that Papa told me that was the right thing to do, and then we went shopping, we came back, and afterwards I got to keep the $5, and that was so cool. So the main purpose of this post, though, was because I was telling Dustin last night about some of the very wise and pithy sayings that my great-grandfather passed on to me to remember for all of eternity, so that I can pass them on to you and to all of my grandchildren. This is the wisdom of the ages. Don't forget to eat every carrot on your plate and pee on it. Psst. He also said, do you see that line of cars over there? How big do you think it is? Really tall, right? Yeah. I bet you $1 I can take off my shoes and jump over them. And then I gave him $1, and he took off his loafers, and he jumped over his loafers. Yes, this is the legacy that I have inherited. What else? Oh, very important. He said, he taught me poetry, and this is the poetry that he taught me. Beans, beans, the magical fruit. The more you eat, the more you toot. The more you toot, the better you feel. So eat your beans with every meal. He knew lots of poetry. He also knew, I can never remember this one. The mares eat oats and does eat oats and little lambs eat ivy, and then it goes off, and I can't remember the rest of that one. And riddles. So many riddles. You do not have any idea. He knew the St. Ives riddle, which is, I'm sure you know it, but I'll say it anyways because it sounds fun. As I was going to St. Ives, I met a man with 7 wives. Each wife had 7 sacks. In each sack were 7 cats. Each cat had 7 kittens. How many were going to St. Ives? And I'm sure you've heard this before, so you know that the answer is 1. They were going the other way. He also knew the riddle, the railroad crossing without any R's. How do you spell that without any R's? The answer, T-H-A-T. And you know what? When I was a kid, these were seriously hard. Like, he got me every time. Every time I would be sitting there with a piece of paper, like, scribbling away, trying to cross out R's and things. He loved it, and I was so dumb. I fell for it every time, and every time that he told me the answer, my jaw would just drop open because I was 5, and it was like, oh my gosh, that's so clever. So dumb, so clever. I loved it. He also told me a farmer had 66 sheep and 1 died. How many sheep did he have then? The answer, 59. Because they were 60 sick sheep. What else? What else? Oh, well, that's all I can remember at the moment, but I feel better now that I've shared this with you, and I'm sure that you do too. And always remember to leave a legacy for your progeny. And I hope that my children can meet my mama and papa, because I really like my mama and papa, so we'll see. Thank you for listening. Bye.